Oh my goodness, they're all in here.
You want some coffee?
I do.
Let's go get some. I'm gonna take a break.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Suburban Homestead Gen X. Well, last week, I kind of mentioned about firewood a lot. It's been on my mind, so I'm going to have to take care of this along with everything else. So I think this is going to be a rather short project. Probably finish this, if not today, tomorrow. We're going to clean this little area right here out. And I know it's a slope. That's fine. But what I'm going to do is make an area up here so that when we're cutting fence posts, we can cut them to length, stack them to dry. And I'm going to have a place where I can stack my firewood, and we'll bring one of these old tarps to cover it to keep it dry. So we'll be able to get all that firewood stuff moved from over there and up here. But part of the process right now is going to be getting a lot of this stuff here cleared out, cut. And we're going to work with this right here till the juice runs out. Then we'll get the brush cutter to do some more. And some of this wood, you know, if we can, we'll see. I don't see anything here that looks like it's worth being a firewood, though. All this is sweet gum. So we're going to just take all these down. Oh, and I do have to make one comment on this. I said before we only had this for, 2 or 3 years. One of the pictures in the last video with Karen, Karen was just a kitten with this. So we've had to have this for about 5 years. So this is pretty good quality. Yeah, Greenworks, well, we're going to probably try a few more of their tools. Yeah, some of this stuff, I was thinking some of this should be dry because I think we cut some before. Well, I might be taking the tree down to get this one. Let's see. These are up there too. Maybe one of these will be the... Oh no, that's still connected. That's still connected. Might have to cut that because I'm going to be swinging before I pull that out. Now, when I'm doing this, I usually rely on some of the meat of the tree to help pull it the way I want it to go. I want this to fall more that way than this way, so I'm going to cut the meat out of this side and hope that it does what I want it to do. If it would fall. Grapevines have it hung up. When they're like this, they're more dangerous. I need to get the weight of the tree to break them vines. This is heavy enough, it should. I used to do this stuff one-handed, you know. We want to stack the rest of this here on the fire. I'm going to go down, I'm going to put some proper boots on. I might go ahead and just eat some dinner and then we'll come back out. Grace, what you doing this evening? We got to get some gloves.
I'm getting ready to start the deck.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little sitting area right here.
Beautiful deer. Stop. Gracie, stop. Thank you, God, for that deer. Come here, Gracie.
Well, good. Hey, you're awful vocal today, Karen. Yeah, we gotta go up here and cut some more. It was raining yesterday. I know, so we gotta go get it done. You gonna come with me? Well, okay, you'll just be on the outskirts watching, I know. The rain was not very cooperative yesterday, so we didn't get much done. It's just crazy. And then the heat today is so insane. 107 index already. But it rained just enough to put our burn pile out. We're going to try and get a lot of these trees out of here, and we'll probably put the Bush Hog on, just try and hit a lot more of this. Let's get this rest of this down. This shouldn't take long. If you remember, I guess for you a few seconds ago or minutes ago, but this right here goes way up that tree, and then I see it going down, so we're just going to keep cutting until we find the end of this and roll it all up at once. And I would have been out a little bit earlier, but I've been spending a lot of today sharpening the blades. And it was worth it. All right, we cut this stump off a little bit flatter so it'll, hopefully the Bush Hog will go over it. It has a stump jumper in it, so we'll see if that works good. Oh yeah, getting more sunlight in here. Whew. Got some sunlight now. Sometimes with these vines, you just cut them off and let them dry, and they'll eventually pull out. Especially you get a couple storms go whipping through there, breaking it up a little bit. But we cut those vines there, gosh, what's it? What was that, like 5-6 weeks ago? So they've had plenty of time to dry. Might have to get the tractor to pull those out. That one ain't coming. Well, these are gonna come out, it looks like. Ugh. Phew, boy. What's sad is I know there's all kinds of great things you can do with these vines, especially while they're still green. We just don't have time. This is opening up pretty nice here. I think it's going to be a great wood cutting area. Right off the regular trail, just far enough away from the house. It's probably been outside about 20 minutes now. Keep waiting for a call to come in. On days like this, Jennifer, she watch that heat index and how much time I'm outside. But dang, I can't pull that either. I'll start swinging. We're gonna get this down. We're gonna find some of these sweet gums around here like this one. We're gonna put them on the ground and that's what my wood's gonna sit on. I know the sweet gum's gonna rot, but I don't care. And it'll stop soil erosion as well as put nutrients in the soil.
Right on the side of the house here, between the house and the flower bed, I'm gonna be building a deck so we can sit on and sit outside. And I had this big gazebo thing that's gonna go on it, flooring and a little walkway. It's gonna be nice when I'm done, but I'm trying to design it and put it together. So I'm working on putting the frame of the deck together right now, and then we're gonna put it up. See if I can get this lined up. It's not always as easy as it looks sometimes, guys. Sometimes. See if I can line this up. You line up the center of these boards with this line I have. You try to screw it in right. You hold it up and screw it in right there. Gotta line it up. I want it right in the middle. There we go. There we go. That's looking good. All right, now I'm gonna put the next one in. There we go. There we go. So you see what I did, guys? I think I got one that's shorter than the other. Think so. Yep. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in together so we can at least get these started. And then I'll change that out. It's a good thing about using screws.
Well, I sat for a little longer than I wanted to, but it is just so warm today. All right, but it doesn't feel too terrible right now, and that could be just because it's a little bit in the evening. Oh, this was the mess conglomerate we was dealing with. Let's see if we just don't cut these vines where they're pulling and try and deal with it that way. There we go. Boy, these vines are crazy. There's so much stuff in here, but I think the Bush Hog, you know, can cut anything that's up to about, 3 inches in diameter. I think there's a lot of this. I'm gonna let the Bush Hog try and have at. I gotta get them vines up out of there, so let's go ahead and fix this blade first. Ooh. Oh no, I think our bar's got a little bit of a bend in it. Yeah, we got a bent place in the bar. How about that? But I do have to say, this is the same bar that has been on this from day one. Well, that's about all I can take again.
It's going to be awful if I have to change all this out. Hope not. That board is shorter than the other ones. I screwed it in, then I realized it's shorter than the other ones. I know. I'll just have to pop the screws out and go get another long one. And get these screws started. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get it done. Right, I think I got it. Let's see. Yeah. That'll do. Okay. Move these out, move that in. You don't need to take them all the way up because you're gonna end up screwing that right back in, see? There's no point. Alright. Now, try this again. This time with the correct board. Alright. Okay, those sides are in. Now, I gotta line up the other sides and get them in. I'm poor as sweat, guys. It's not even that hot, it's just humid. You see, I gotta line these up to these. And there we go, we got it lined up right there. Like I said, this is gonna be the harder part, getting it lined up. Kept lined up. And this is how you make the floor. Foundation and wall. See? Whew. See if we can't just get some in here. We got to put our elbow grease into it. Alright. Woo, guys.
Days go fast when you're trying to get stuff done, but you can't. You know, you're sitting outside, you know, you go inside, you sit down, and by the time you get cooled off, you know, and you start feeling, hey, I feel pretty good about myself again. Well, you know, an hour's passed or 2 hours. You know, you end up eating dinner and watching this helicopter here. So I can't see him well enough. He's just right below. You can see little glimpses of him in the trees. There's sometimes, man, they come right over top of us and like they hover, and I don't know what they're looking for. Oh gosh, this is all so fine. It'll just cut right up. Okay. Well then, I feel pretty good about that. You know, this is something that I've actually thought, you know, we'd have done in just a couple hours. And if I was able to come out and work in as much as I'd like to, we would have it done. But it just gets so warm, I can't deal with it. I don't know if we're going to get any bush hogging done. You can see behind us, where phone's pointing just about due west right now. So we might just cut a few more of these things down and go over, and we'll at least get the bush hog on this evening, and tomorrow we'll get on that for sure. But I mean, that's definitely enough space for our wood chop area. So I'm just going to call this good. We're done with this. I'm not going to worry about clearing anymore. I'm going to get the tractor set up tomorrow, and we'll probably start cutting. Oh, I've been down a day or two here. My back went out the other day, and I haven't been able to get outside again. Man, that's just one of these things that happens. It's not at 100%, but, you know, never is. Things have to get done. One of the first things I guess we need to do is we need to get these potatoes taken care of again. We may not have many, but this is interesting. We haven't given it the time that it needs. I'm hoping that next year we'll be able to make more time because we'll have more done. So let's go ahead and get some dirt in these. Right here, this is all the stuff that's coming out of the duck pen. You see, there's one of my drains that got stopped up, but now that we got that opened up, it's working better in here. Let's go ahead and fill this bucket. We'll go down here. All this is growing back up. But hopefully I'm going to be able to hit some of this with the bush hog. We're going to give it a shot anyways. The more we can cut with that, the less we have to use the mower of any kind for. Yeah, this is doing really well. It's so much better than I anticipated. I think we'll get one more for this side, and might get a couple more. We'll see how this works. Okay, one more here. Try and pick this guy here back up. Probably do us good to get another 1 or 2 buckets, huh? Well, I think that's good. Guys, we're going to do a little bit of a review on this right here, Greenworks. This is the G Max, and it's the 40 volt. And I have to tell you, this has been a powerhouse. We bought it for us 5 years ago, and we have done about everything you would need to do on a Suburban Homestead. The only thing that I cannot do with this is I can't cut boards. But I have cut down trees that have twice the length of the saw blade. You know, these are things that they probably don't, you know, recommend. But it's the same thing you would do like with a regular normal chainsaw. This isn't any different. But if you remember last time, our blade got kind of messed up. So we've got to change this and put a new blade on it. But this is the first blade I have put on here in 4 years. But as you can see right here, there's a divot, a little divot right there in the blade. But I can't complain, like I say, this is it's pretty old. To change the blade on this, and you saw it was so easy to get this cleaned out. I'll get a stick here, just something kind of get some of this dirt out. The end of the season, which there really isn't, so, but just sometime this fall, I'll get a nice week with no rain or something, and I'll bring a whole bunch of stuff out and set my table up. We'll just do maintenance and cleaning on this. But like I say, this has been a little powerhouse. And if you have 2 batteries, I really don't see a con to it. The biggest con is that if the battery dies, you know, you got to wait an hour or 2 or 3 before you can use it again. Usually about an hour. These blades, this is a Tractor Supply blade. 16-inch county line. The county line stuff seems to be okay. Most of our equipment for the tractors, county line. But generally when I'm doing this part here, I like to put the blade on first. And when you're putting a blade on a chainsaw, you want the little beveled end or the slanted end to be going out so it's cutting in. And you can put them on backwards. I've done that recently even, so I'm not paying attention. But that goes around that sprocket. The bottom to catch. And then I can put tension on it before I even put this on. But we put this back on, we put our battery in, and we're ready to cut again. We have had some amazing weather this week. I hate that I couldn't take advantage of more of it. But like this evening, I know I'm sweating, but it's in the mid 80s. And this is 10, 15 degrees cooler than we usually are. So I'm going to take an opportunity here, and we're going to see if we can't get some of this bush hogging done. I know I could just start here, but we're going to wait. I guess no place better than the present, huh? All right, so when you're running something like this on your tractor, you want to make sure that your RPMs are high enough. For our instance, the RPMs have to be at 540. That's pretty much the same with most tractors, and that's going to be a little bit over. That's going to be close to 2,500 RPM on this model. That little mark is what we're going for. All right, now it's going to bob down and up a little bit as we're cutting, but it'll average out in that area. Let's go in a low gear first. Woo! Here's where we cut the last time. Glad we got that stump jumper. Put that into a lower speed too. Jennifer's down there waiting for an Amazon package. I'm telling you, I don't know where you're at, but the Amazon people here, And I know this is Google's fault, but where they show our house is not where it is. And Jennifer put a big sign down there that has our address on it. And she has been so pissed off because these people just will not pay attention to it. That's that stump jumper. So Jennifer's going to keep trying to see if she can't get that package delivered right. And we're going to keep working on cutting this. And then when she's done, she's going to come back and work on our porch. She just wants a little sitting area, and I don't want to begrudge her that. So whatever wood we have laying around, we're just going to use that.